Hi there, this is AniBusiness with your friend Simeon. Hey, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Did you know what? Did you know that some of the feed we are using in our fish farm are not as original as they were before? They are not as rich as they were in time past. Did you know that? Before you decided to manage feed for your fish, let's go through this video together. While we'll discuss, I'll take my time to be feeding these guys so that they can have something to eat and we are not going to delay each other here. This is Echo Float 9mm, which is the finisher. Echo Float 9mm. You can see the size here. This is Echo Float 9mm. That is floating feed, not local one. It's not like I don't use local feed. I use local feed too, but for now, this is what I decided to use. So why did I decide to make this video? It is because fish farmers are losing interest in fish farming business. And it's not because they are losing interest. It is the business you are doing and you are making money inside that you will have the interest to do more of the business. You will have the passion to do more of the business. The profit you make will prompt you to do what? To at least stock a larger number, or rather stock more, or do the business more. But the current situation now is not even demanding for that. It's discouraging. So that is why I said, did you know? Now in this video, I'm going to talk about at least mainly three things, which is number one, your feed. I've said some of these things in one of my videos, but I don't think what I have to offer you are the same. So let's go through this thing together. You see now, before, when we stock fish, I'm talking about around 6 years, 7 years, 5 years ago, before things grow worse like this. Even though a lot of people are not going into fish business, fish is still profitable then, and a lot of people were stocking larger number of fish in those days. I am not here to condemn any feed, and I'm not here to spoil anybody's business. I'm just here to discuss what is going on. This feed, I'm not talking about this feed alone. We have lots of them. Alaqua, skirting, Copens, Echo Float, Top Feed, etc. etc. There are some that I don't even recognize, that are not even popular. Yes, they are not popular and people are using them. So this feed, they have reduced in quality. The content of all this feed has been reduced and the price is skyrocketing every day. That is one of the reasons why you are hearing fish like you are not doing it. Even some of the farmers that have been in this business for a very long time tend to start asking themselves, what am I doing wrong? Why am I not getting it right again? It's not your fault. Number one, it is the feed you are using. All these feed back then were rich in content. If you buy them and you have a good fish inside your pond, if you feed them within a very short time, you are going to get good results. You are going to see what you are looking for. You are going to see around that 1 kilo, 1.2 kilo within 4 to 5 months. But not these days again. Why? It is because majority of the feed we are using now have been reduced in content. So they are not as rich as they were before. You could buy maybe 2mm, 3mm or 1.8mm and you start seeing something like a crude protein of 45%, maybe fat of 30%, you are seeing carbohydrate or rather energy of maybe 20%. All these things are all lie. Let's not deceive ourselves. The quality of feed we are using these days has been reduced. The higher the price, the more they were reducing the quality of the feed. This makes it so hard for farmers or everyone who are going into this business to make money. It is not like before that we used to shout, there's money in fish farming business, there's money in fish farming business. But these days, there's not much money in the business again. Why? Because the feed we are using were not as rich as they were before, and the type of fish we have now are not as quality as they were before. They were not as good as they were before. I'm going to talk about that in number two. We have feed that are not as rich as they were before, and now we still have fish that are not as quality as they were before. Hardly will you get something like 500 grams in 3 months. There are some people that they will even stock their fish in 4 months. You'll be seeing jumbo size. I know some people can be unprofessional about the business, they don't have much knowledge about the business, and they keep on feeding or getting it wrong. But to tell you the truth, no matter how wrong you do this farm business, in those days, there's no how you are not going to lose your capital. You might not get profit, but you will not lose your capital, because somehow those fish, because they are good in quality, they are going to give you results, but the results is not as much as making profit in it. That is how it happened then. But these days, feed is not good, and those who are going into it don't have much knowledge, and the breed they still collect are not as quality as they used to be in time past. So all these things together now will not give them poor result at the end of the day. That is the reason why you see most people panicking, or rather making complaint that they are not making money. There is no money in fish farming business. There's no this, there's no that. I've stocked my fish for almost 5 months. I'm not getting 1 kg. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. These are the main two things that are affecting the business. Nice smell, but the richness is gone. If you have been using all this feed before, if you've been in this business for something like 10 years, 9 years, 8 years, you can tell the difference. Even those who are into chicken farming are complaining. They used to feed their chicken with so bag of layers feed, and they used to harvest so crate of egg per number of chicken. But these days, nothing like that again. I've seen a lot of poultry wrapped up. Some people have folded up their poultry farming. Some people have given up on the business. Some people are just managing to do it little by little. The feed cost is going up higher, but the quality of the feed is reducing day by day. So this is the reason why I will advise you. I know everybody cannot hatch fish. I know everybody doesn't have much knowledge about hatching fish. But what I will say is, if you get your fish and you stock them, if you are able to manage and get at least first grade and good breed, even if they are not quality as they used to be in time past, if you manage to get some that are still okay, what you are going to do is try to overfeed them. Don't manage your feed for them. Overfeed them, feed and feed again. Even if it has to do with feeding 3 times in a day, please do that. It's for your own good. It is for your own good, so that your fish will be able to bring out all your effort on them. If you decided like, maybe I'm going to be scaling feed for my fish, maybe I'm going to be managing the feed for my fish, maybe I'm going to buy the one that are not as rich as the one that I used to buy before, it will, this thing is affecting every brand of the feed we are using. When it comes to fish farming, poultry farming, everything has reduced in quality. So the quality is no longer there. Don't think about it. So when you have them, try to buy enough feed. At least try to, don't, you might not buy over expensive feed because of the end result. You can still buy those that are in between rich and not rich. I think you get my point. And try to feed, attend to them. Don't give excuse. I'm supposed to feed in the morning, but I have to, maybe I'm going to work or I'm doing something. I have to feed in the evening. I'll just feed them at once, and that will be enough. If you have, especially clearance inside your pond, the more you delay their feed, the more they keep on shedding weight. The more you feed them, the more they keep on adding weight. That is what you don't understand. So the breed is not good in quality, and also the feed is not good in quality. So what you are going to do now is yourself manage your time, manage how you feed them, manage just make sure everything you are doing on the fish, all your effort on the fish, make sure you manage it well, so that you'll be able to make enough money. And if you have maybe a local feed mill that can pelletize local feed for you, just feed all these fish with all this floating feed, all this imported feed for something like how many months? Maybe 2 or 3 months, if you have enough money to do that. Once you feed them for something like 2 or 3 months, stop using floating feed and start doing local feed. if you have places that they can help you to pelletize local feed, those ingredients seems to be richer than what we have and what they package for us these days. So make sure you get, I know there are bogus, fake ingredients outside, feed ingredient for fish. So there are fake ones outside too. There are some materials they will tell you they are 250 naira, and same material they will still tell you another one is 350 naira. So if you are not managing to buy the one of 250 naira, you are bringing loss or problem to the fish, or low growth to the fish you have inside the pond. But if you manage to buy the one of 350, you know you buy a quality ingredient and you know you have a good feed for your fish. If you go and manage to buy the one of 250, then you are still coming back to all this feed that I'm telling you that they have already lost their quality. So that is that. If you can do local feed, please start doing it. But if you can't do local feed, then feed them very well. Don't scale, oh, feed them. As you can see, this is how I manage to feed. They will be eating small until I notice they are fully satisfied. That is when I will leave. Let me not waste our time. Then the third one is some of us that have workers. All these workers you are seeing, they are after the salary you are giving them. Especially some of you that are in diasporas. They don't have workers at farm. Oh. If you don't have anybody monitoring them, they don't care. For instance, some of the people that are working with me before they decided to leave, they wake up in the morning, instead of feeding fish, the first thing they will think of is their belly. They will go and eat, cook and eat first before they think. So coming to feed fish now is going to be around 10 o'clock or going to 11 before they start feeding fish. And the fish will be starving. So some of these workers, they don't care about what you have at the farm. They only care about what you are giving them, which is the salary. If you are around, if you are in Nigeria or in any place you are watching me and you have your farm but you have workers that are working under you, whereas you have other business you are attending to, please try to maximize the time, manage the time so that you can attend to the fish. Come to your farm, check the growth of your fish, check how your fish are doing, check how your workers are doing their work, check how they are feeding, check everything they are doing at the farm. If they are proper, if they are not proper, is either you correct them or you bring new people that are ready to work for you. That is just the truth. So some of these workers are not ready to work and they are not ready to feed fish. They are not patient enough to feed as much as you can be patient to feed because of what you are targeting. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Some of these workers, they are not patient enough to feed your fish to the point of satisfaction. Something that you can do because of what you are looking into, because of what you want to get in the next 3 months, in the next 4 months, in the next 5 months. You can be patient to feed them so that you have your result. But your workers are not patient like that. Some can come, rush to this thing, put it inside the pond, they just leave and go. Either they are satisfied, they are not satisfied, doesn't concern them. Either the feed waste or it doesn't waste, doesn't concern them. And after all, you are not there looking at them. So if you have workers that are working under you, either you have, if you are not in Nigeria, either you have a supervisor that will be going there or a consultant that will be going there to check, or you go there yourself if you are around. If you are not around, let someone be your monitor, someone that will be supervising the work, so that the person can guarantee and tell you that okay, they are doing the right thing. If these things are not put into places, then you might be getting it wrong because they don't care. I've been here now, feeding them little by little, even though I'm recording video. This is how I feed. I don't rush. I just come little by little until they are satisfied. And I make sure I don't waste feed because feed are expensive. So this is how I do. If you are able to do all these things, I believe you will still make money in this business. So that is why I said, did you know? Did you know that the feed we are using have already lost at least half of their richness? And did you know that the fish that we have inside the pond now, majority of them, did you know that they have lose at least half in quality? Did you know that your workers might not be attending to your fish the way you want them to attend to the fish you have in the pond? If you don't know, you have to know now so that you get good result at the end of the day. My name is Simeon O. James. If you want to reach out to me, you can text me on WhatsApp with the number you are seeing. Thank you for watching my video.